What's up YouTube, capital G here. So that lewd, scantily clad Harpie Lady Link monster has finally been revealed, and I have checked her out figuratively and literally, and I gotta say that she's actually a pretty good card for Harpies. I honestly had my expectations fairly low with this card because I thought maybe Konami would pull a Dark Magician girl here. They'd be like, you know what, the players are gonna get this card just because of the artwork. We don't need to make it good, but she definitely helps her archetype out, not in a major way where Harpies are gonna be competitive or anything like that, but she definitely has some effects that will make the archetype a little bit better and a little bit more consistent. Wasn't expecting any isoled or needle fiber levels of broken here, but I think that she's a fairly good card for the deck. So Harpie Conductor is a Link 2. She is a wind attribute and a wing beast monster, of course, because she's a Harpie. Let's see, she's 1900 attack, and her link arrows are bottom left, bottom right. She requires 2 wind monsters to summon, so basically everything in the Harpie archetype is going to be able to go into her, and her second and third effects are both hard once per turns. Her first effect was something that was completely expected. This card's name becomes Harpie Lady while it is on the field or in the graveyard. Translation, you can use this card with Harpie's Hunting Ground. As soon as you summon it, you might get to pop one of your opponent's back row, or even pop your own cards, I guess, if you have like Hysteric Sign on the field. You can use it with Elegant Egotist to get another monster from your deck, or you can summon it back from the graveyard with the Hysteric Party. So most of these Harpie Lady monsters have this effect built into them, very similar to like Cyber Dragons. It's so that all the cards kind of work with the support. Second effect says if a Harpie monster or monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy one spell / trap card you destroy or you control instead. This is good because it's another way of being able to activate your Hysteric Sign. Hysteric Sign is a card that once you activate it the first time to get your Elegant Egotist, you kind of want to destroy it after that, because when it is destroyed during the end phase, you actually get to go kind of like +3. You search 3 different Harpie cards from your deck, as long as they have different names. And it used to be sometimes that you'd have to blow it up with your own copy of Hunting Ground, but you know, sometimes you just want to use Hunting Ground on your opponent's card, so that wasn't always ideal. This is another way of being able to consistently pop that. Some of the new Harpie support cards from Sisters of the Rose do have effects like this, where if they're popped by a Harpie card, you get like a Monster Reborn. With the spell, you get a I believe a Search with their new trap card, but honestly those cards aren't nearly as good and the pluses aren't nearly as high. So I think Hysteric Sign is easily the best application for this card, but you know, being able to get a Monster Reborn out of the new Split Mirrors of Seduction card, or being able to get a Search from your Elegant Harpie Lady, the new support, obviously that's pretty good. And I would definitely even give up my own Hunting Ground to get blown out by like a Regeki, where my opponent's trying to pop like 3 of my Harpie Ladies or something like that. Definitely would rather give up one of my own cards than lose my entire field. The third effect says if a face-up Harpie Lady's monster or monsters you control other than this card is returned to your hand, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls, return that monster to the hand. I think that this probably has the highest upside. Well, no, I guess Hysteric Sign with the second effect has the highest upside, but this might be the most practical because this is a way of answering your opponent's boss monsters. Now, when I read this effect, I was like, okay, that's nice. Obviously, if I use it against my opponent's extra deck monsters, Lynx, Synchros, Exceeds, they're not going to be coming back. They go to the extra deck. That's obviously a nice +1. But I was thinking, I was like, well, isn't Harpie Dancer like the only card that kind of has a bounce effect built into it? However, and this is something I just totally didn't know, excuse my ignorance, apparently Harpie Harpist has an effect just like that as well. Harpie Harpist has an effect when it's normal summon. You can actually bounce a wing beast monster that you control other than itself and a monster your opponent controls. So that's actually really nice because that will trigger the effect of the Conductor, and that way you can actually get rid of 2 monsters your opponent controls. So that's a nice way of being able to, you know, potentially go +1. Overall, when I looked at Conductor, I think you have some nice utility effects. That third effect, being able to out your opponent's boss monsters by using something, especially something as simple as Harpie Dancer, because that card allows you to activate your Harpie's Hunting Ground multiple times. If you can get multiple pops out of a Hunting Ground and get to bounce one of your opponent's special summon monsters, now you're talking about doing a lot of work, because you could be potentially getting rid of 3 cards in your opponent's turn. And I think that definitely, like, this type of effect definitely works when when you're going second, and Harpies have always been a go second deck anyways because of Hunting Ground specifically. So overall, I think this card's pretty good. It would have been nice if maybe it had some type of effect, you know, have a little bit of negation built into it, but overall, having protection, having spot removal for special summon monsters, I think the card's pretty good. So whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, turn on that notification bell for daily videos, and check out these other videos I know you'll enjoy.